And we are back with our second video of the day. This is, of course, the Players You Need series, our fantasy football series where I try and build the best possible team for the upcoming game week and then challenge you guys to do better, whilst also trying to give you some advice on who I think you should be going for as well. If you do enjoy this series, drop a like on the video and let's have a look at what happened all the way back in game week 6, since there is no point in going through game week 7 as everyone just got 0. So, if you cast your minds back to game week 6, this is the team that I put out for you, and it is one of the better weeks that I've had so far. Not in terms of points, but in terms of ranking on the week. 632,000 isn't the best, but it's certainly a lot better than I have done in others. All in all, a game week score of 63, thanks mainly due to that incredible Ivan Toney hat-trick and a couple of good performances in the defence, especially Nick Pope. So 63 was the score that we got, and that meant that there were only 2 winners in the challenge last time out. Those 2 were Paul Chambers and George Hartigan, 2 people that I do know. So congratulations to both of you if you are watching this video. You were the sole winners of the Game Week 6 challenge. And it's even better for George Hartigan as he now sits at the top of the standings after 6 game weeks. So well done to you. There is the remainder of the top 15 as well. So congratulations if you are in there. It is very, very tight at the top between the top 10, really. It is very, very close. So anything could happen going into the final game week before the international break, especially given the fact that certain fixtures have been called off. So this is going to be my advice and also my challenge team for game week 8. Now, I would say a lot of people are talking about doing their free hit this week. I would say unless your team is full of Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, I would say unless like half your team isn't playing, I don't think a free hit is worth it. I think you're more than capable of having a good game week this week with just 10 players, even if you have got a couple of bad ones in there. Me, of course, for the purpose of this series, has the luxury of picking the best possible team as if I were doing a free hit. So this is obviously what I'm going to go for. You'll see that I've gone for 3 at the back, and that is because I really don't see a lot of clean sheets out there. If you watched my prediction video earlier this morning, you'll know that I've only gone for 2 clean sheets this week. And I'm going to start with Newcastle because that is a team I think are going to get a clean sheet. And I'm actually going to go for a Newcastle double in sticking with Nick Pope in goal and going for Kieran Trippier. 2 players that have, of course, both made the England squad as well. So I think those are your best bets for clean sheets. Other advice would be the likes of Matt Targett, Dan Burn and Sven Botman. That seems to be the recognised, or Fabian Schär. To be fair, it's a bit difficult to nail down exactly who's going to play in that Newcastle defence, which is why I have gone for the one that it should be guaranteed to play in Kieran Trippier. Next to him, I'm going for a man who I also think is going to get a clean sheet based on my predictions, and that is João Cancelo. He is obviously going to keep playing for Manchester City as long as he is fit and got that incredible assist in their Champions League game. No guarantee that they're going to get the clean sheet, but he is the best attacking fullback option in my opinion this week, hence why I am going for him. And finally, in the defence, I'm going to go for Lucas Digne. Again, I spoke about it in the predictions video. It looks like a lot of Aston Villa players could be missing, so a clean sheet isn't guaranteed, but he is one that should be starting, and if they are going to get a clean sheet, he is obviously a good pick for that, but also he'll be taking a lot of set plays with Matty Cash also unavailable. Into the midfield then, and we're going to start with Leon Bailey. Sticking with Aston Villa, again, with players likely to be missing, I think Bailey at 4.7 million is a pretty good option. He could either be starting up front or on the wing, depending if whether or not Ollie Watkins is going to be available. I just think he's a very cheap option and is liable to do some damage to Southampton if he does start the game. Next to him, I'm going to go for an Arsenal player, and that is going to be Bukayo Saka. Now, I know a lot of people have got Odegaard and Martinelli, and I've obviously advised on both of those players in the past. But I'm just going to be a little bit different today. I've got a little bit of funds left over due to other players and other teams not being available. So I'm going to run the gamble on Bukayo Saka this week. But as always, I think all 3 of Saka, Odegaard and Martinelli are very good choices for this week. And also Saka does take penalties if Arsenal do get one. Next to him, we're going to have our first big money player, and that is, of course, Kevin De Bruyne. With the likes of Salah and that not available, it makes it a lot easier to go for someone like De Bruyne in the midfield this week. I fully expect him to play, and he scored, I think it was 4 at Wolves last season, so I've got to go for him off the back of that performance last time out. And rounding off the midfield, I'm going to go for another cheap one, another one that has had a very good start to the season, and that is going to be Anthony Gordon. I spoke again in the predictions about how a little chaotic West Ham have been defensively over the last couple of games, so I think Anthony Gordon is a good shout for this week. Very cheap as well, and Everton do have good fixtures coming up after the international break as well, so he could be a good one to sneak into your teams at this point in time. Finally, we have the attack, and quite frankly, I could have picked one of about 10 attackers this week. These are the 3 that I've gone for. I'm going to roll the dice on Isak one more time. He did impress me in his opening 2 games, but did miss a couple of chances. I think against what I believe is the worst team in the league, he should be capable of getting a goal in this one. I am, of course, sticking with Erling Haaland, but I am not going to make him captain this week, which some people may be surprised by, but I am going to go for Harry Kane as the captain. He has an incredible record up against Leicester, and he is playing very well at the start of this season, and obviously Leicester are bottom of the league, so Kane is going to be my choice for captain, and anyone that knows my history with captaining Kane is probably shivering right now because they know it always ends badly, but that is what I'm going to go for. Other attackers, of course, if he is going to be available, Ollie Watkins is a fantastic shout this week. Michail Antonio is probably a good shout this week. Neil Maupay against West Ham in the reverse fixture. Mitrovic against Nottingham Forest would be a good one. Like I said, if I could have picked more strikers this week, I would have picked more strikers, but you're only limited to 3, and this is the 3 that I think are best. As for the bench, I have gone for a couple more players that I think you should be looking at. Not Joel Ward, sorry. That's the Crystal Palace defender. I can't actually remember the Leicester goalkeeper's name, but I'm not going to go for him. But Nico Williams, if Fulham don't turn up, he is a good shout for a clean sheet this week. On the flip side, of course, Andreas Pereira, who has started every game for Fulham so far, could do well against Nottingham Forest. And I've gone for Patterson as well because he was fantastic against Liverpool. Looks like he's going to keep playing for Everton, and at 4.1 is a very cheap player. And that is going to be it. All that is left to say is that if you think that your team is capable of beating my Game Week 8 team, please let me know by joining the SO99 League. As you would have seen in this video, we do shout out any players that do beat the best of team. Hopefully, I'm getting better at this now, and there won't be as many winners as there have been in recent times. Hopefully, we'll keep it down to just the 2 that it was this time. And that is going to be it for the video. As always, please like and share and subscribe if you are new around here. I will be back with the next Fantasy Football video at the next round of Premier League fixtures. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you then.